Hey, this is JC and welcome to Small Brick City, where we want to help you build a Lego city regardless of the space you have. Welcome to part 4 of building a MOC from start to finish, and this is a custom Lego cathedral built from 3 Harry Potter sets, and this is where we're at. Now, since I last stopped the video, I had completed the main structure as you see it, but what I've done offline is to add in this rounded wall over here. So this is more of just kind of a safety barrier. I might still put some more bricks here just to raise it a bit, but this is just so that minifigs who come up to the top of this particular part of the church don't fall off and die, basically. And I added in sloped bricks, some masonry bricks, and I just had these curved bricks in the right color, so that really worked out perfectly. And you can see this in itself looks complete. Of course, I do have to detail the interior later and add in more detail, but I think structurally I've got it there. What I'm going to do in this particular part of the video is I'm going to add this wall over here. You can see there's an empty space, so we need to build that up. And we also have to build a wall over here and the roof over here. And in case you missed the previous video, do check out the link in the card above or the description below. And I showed how I built this particular section to be modular in nature. Modular in the sense that I can pull this off. This comes off just like this. As you can see, it's pretty tight, pretty stable. And this will allow me to access the inside of this particular part of the cathedral. And I also can remove this column over here and on the other side. And that gives really lots of light and lots of good access into the cathedral. So a few ideas that I'm also going to explore. A subscriber, Juan Anzaldo, he gave a great suggestion of adding some kind of a bell tower somewhere. And one of his ideas was to add it to the back. I'm thinking about it. I haven't decided whether to do it. I would have to increase this by half a base plate. That means I have to add in another 16 by 32 stud base plate. And I could use that section of the Great Hall over there because I'm using 2 sets of the Great Hall and 1 Hogwarts Clock Tower to build this particular MOC. So that would actually, or it might be possible, I'm not sure, but I have to give it a shot. If I have enough parts left over after I build everything, I could possibly have a tower over here at the back to act as the bell tower. I won't explore it in this video, but this is just an idea that I'm floating around, and maybe I might apply it. But right now what I'm going to do is start work on that wall over there, and then we'll get to this wall and the roof, and let's see what happens. I've built up the wall over here. I added in some details. I took some of these grilled windows from one set and placed them over here so that there is some detail and light can get in. Now this isn't going to be connected to anything. This will form part of the modular design because I mentioned this column over here will come here, and basically this sits over here, and this would just be in line with the back over here. So that fits very well, and I think this looks pretty complete, and that looks pretty good. Let me just see if I can tilt this a bit so that you can see over there. I'll show you from another camera angle later on, but this is just for now to see how it looks like. What I do want to do now is to take the wall from this set over here. So this is the mirror built set of the second set from the Great Hall, and what I need to do is to extract it out from this set, and I'm going to put it over here. But this will also be modular in nature in the sense that this wall will be able to be removed, or at least that's my thought process. I need to be able to just pop it off, and the roof for the other side would just hinge on here, and I could lift it up just like this one lifts up like that. So likewise, I hope that the roof over here will be able to hinge up and I can pop off the wall. So I'm going to try to do that now. I have created the wall over on this side, and it is modular in design that it can pop off just like that. So it is one unit, and this really has to be pressed nice and straight, just like that. But this is one wall unit. It's attached to the jumper plates like that. And all I have to do is to add on these roof pieces. And I also added another plate here just to make sure it's firm and stable. So that came from my own parts as well. But this is a standard 2x4 plate, quite a common part. So the only issue I see here are these decorative parts. So if all these decorative parts are in place, we can't just flip this up. Well, I guess you could, very carefully, you could flip this up and move this out. So that is one possibility. The other possibility is to have this roof on jumper plates so that you can actually lift off the whole roof. So I think I will only know after I place everything on. So for example, if I do this, let's just put a few on and we can kind of do a test. So I'm just replacing all these steeple decorative parts, and that's enough for now. So actually, to remove it, all I need to do is pull this out, and that works, I think. And now we can see the inside. Lift this up if we need, and if we need, just put this back and then carefully fit this back. Just make sure this is high enough, and that goes back like that. Yeah, the only thing is this jumper plate stuck to this plate. Not a huge issue, I think. Let's give that another shot. So we put this back here, and that's it. And if we want to take it out, all we have to do is just remove it like that. Yeah, maybe I'll just change the position of this and see if it makes a difference. Sometimes the clutch power for base plates just might be a bit off. So let's see if I place it here and see if there's a difference. Or maybe I have to change the jumper plate, because the problem could be with the jumper plate. So that goes there. To remove it, that comes out. Yep, it still comes out. So that's probably the issue with the jumper plate. I'll change that out, but I think I've got that, so I'm pretty happy with that. So why don't we end the video here? I think that is quite a bit of an achievement to get the whole structure. Let me put everything together and you can have a look at the overview of what we've done so far. This is what we have so far. I added in all those steeple decorations just so that you can see how it kind of looks in terms of a structural completion. And over here we can see this side also has symmetry. I've added the steeple decorations that will act as safety barricades as well on the top, and you can see how this looks like completed from this angle over here as well. Generally I think I have achieved this closed up cathedral look, and to remove it, all I need to do is to lift this slightly and pull this out. Yes, that jumper plate still comes out with it. I can't seem to solve that even though I changed jumper plates. But that's how I can access the inside. And if we just want to see how everything looks, so if I want to pop off this top, I can just lift this off modular style, and I can remove one of this as well. And now you can see that clear interior when we want to access and look at the details. So I'm really happy with the overall structural design. Now before I end this video, I thought I'll just give it a shot and see if I can conceptually place this extra tower behind. If I add another base plate, I don't have a gray base plate at the moment, I'll just use this green one just to try it out, and let's just see if we can actually put it in and if it looks any good. So here are the possibilities when adding an extension to the back. So if I use this half of the Great Hall from the remaining set, I can put it over here, use the other half to complete the top spire over here, or the top tower, and then fill up the gaps over here. So it's almost a mirror image. may not be that interesting. So another thing I could do is to bring it out a bit, have this as a standalone building, but connected somewhere here with that passageway. And I could use, you know, this kind of look for the doorway or the passageway. The only thing is, which I'm hesitant, is that I would have to give up this particular back look. And I do like this. And I was actually thinking of trying to do a stained glass look for here as well. So it would be a pity to break this up just to create a passageway to this other tower. So I have an alternative, but really it came about because of the thinking of this extension. And the idea is to have a separate base plate. I don't have it in gray, so I'm just using this green as an example. And I would build this much shorter, also because I don't have the parts. So I'll build it as a complete building, but maybe only just 1 story high, with this spire or tower as well, or maybe that may be modified, I'm not sure. But the idea that this will be a mausoleum and there'll be a graveyard here. So that might make sense, and maybe green might make sense as well, I'm not sure, so I'll have to figure that out. But in the context of the overall build, this makes sense. And actually, when this is going to be fit into Brick Beach, this is the exact orientation. And this will be on the level above my town square. So it will actually replace my town hall and the fire brigade, which is there. And I will also move my Palace Cinema, which is on the corner. That will move to this corner, and this will really be the main tourist attraction, which looks over Brick Point towards the Brick Beach. So this whole thing is a major historical tourist attraction. So this fits quite well in terms of direction, and if I do want to access as before, all I have to do is lift this up slightly and I can just pull this off and we can access the inside and see the interior. I think that I do want to change the base plates that this cathedral sits on back to gray. The original was gray, I changed it to tan, there's some dark tan, but I think I'm just going to go dark gray. I think that will fit better, and that would fit well when I do this cemetery over here as well. So I'll do that offline, but in the next video, what I think I will attempt to do is start with the detailing of the inside of the cathedral. And once I finish that, then we'll move on to this separate project over here. So I hope you liked this video and you're enjoying this process of building a MOC from start to finish. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Check out these 2 videos before you go.